Hey there. Yes, well, I think the point in referencing general fund is to ensure that there's no confusion if this particular initiative is hot funded or hot reimbursed. Because we have to kind of delineate those two. Because some of our, like Arts Activate, for example, they are hot is the source of funds versus this is a general fund as source of funds. Yes, sir. Well, it depends on the nature of the programming. However, the CAP roster is a general fund source. That's neighborhood-based programming for the most part.
Most of our budget comes from the general fund, is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. But when we're talking about funding programs, there's a mix there of source of funds between general fund and hot.
So should we say general fund?
Mm, I think that, and I don't want to speak on behalf of Glenn, but cultural value is a function of the funding programs division, and that's where the difference is significant. Whereas the community arts division through and through is general fund source. We'll defer to you all if you have a specific preference, but there was a time when you see cultural value noted as NEA on page 8. Initially, cultural value was an NEA grant funded initiative, and then the money, that grant ended, and we transitioned to funding it from the general fund. So that's where you see the difference there. In the paragraph above on page 8, NEA, there was a time when it was NEA funded. And then that money's gone. And so now it's, yeah. And so now so as an example, like there's, for the general fund portion, we're not reporting to the NEA about that anymore because that grant fund has come to an end.
I don't have any concerns about it.
Okay, so for page 8, I think it's great for us to express the difference in source of funds, and it is unique and not related to CAP or anything else. It's just, it started off as an NEA grant funded initiative, and we kept it because we can fund it through the general fund now, instead of ending the program because the grant funding ended.
Such a good program.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we need to somehow delineate what is funded by the general fund and what is funded by HOT?
I think that's of your preference. Having to do it is more of like a budget related matter. When we're going up to defend the budget and describe source of funds per program or for HR and things of that nature, that's staff wise when we're talking about it. Within the bounds of the commission's annual report, that's up, we'll defer to you all if you'd like to. If you'd like to.
Right, exactly. So if we can just not address
Right.
it, then that's fine. There's a little typo on page 10 under the Latino Cultural Center. Talk about a 300-seat proscenium theater and new black box theaters, and it is one theater. The black box is one theater. There aren't two of them.
A new black box. A new black box.
There is a 300-seat proscenium theater, and then it says new black box theaters. And it should say a new black box theater. It is new.
Sorry.
Within the last year or so, it's new.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can just say a black box theater.
Yeah, I think that is better.
That's fine. Just say it's not, I mean, it's been operational now for what, a year? Maybe a little more?
Maybe a little more. That's what I'm saying. New is.
Theater, black box theater.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
So on page 11, what does sell-through rate? The high sell-through rate of 8.37.
Majestic.
Yes.
Yes. Has to be.
I see what you're saying. Sell-through rate.
Yeah,
Give me one moment to make sure I don't repeat this definition wrong. Yeah, outside of the bounds of the Majestic Theater's definition, it's a metric that measures a percentage of inventory a business sells during a given period of time. So I don't know if that inventory is tickets specifically, as noted in the first part of the phrase of that particular bullet, or if they're including anything else that's sold at the Majestic. So I just wanted that clarification from staff.
sell through, right? Man. Oh, just 8.
Okay, okay,
I think
okay. So a bit more context on the edit. So a bit, just to, if there's a concise way to explain what that is, you'd like us to add that to the bullet? Okay. Okay. Noted. Will do.
But it doesn't mean selling
I'm not clear if there's anything else included in that phrase is all. So I want to get that clarity from staff before I can confirm.
update. Public art man.
Page 13. Well, I'm assuming not if it's not included in manual.
So next draft.
Yes.
Okay.
What is the targeted date for the next draft?
So. We haven't looked at it.
When's
And
it,
I think usually the commission looks at a draft in October.
or November?
We can say November.
I'm sorry.
Um,
It's more like November as a, because
That
it's
would be-
tight with the holiday.
That would be easy for us.
Well, I wouldn't want, without those updates passing invisible, for them to go, you know, to the full writing before it goes.
You know,
We saw a draft in the September meeting last.
No.
No. We had an issue where we suddenly had to vote on it and hadn't seen it before, and that was not this past year, but the year before. And it was,
and I have a question for our director.
Yes, sir.
Or, as we mentioned, the municipal radio. I'm sorry, do we need to?
If you're, yes, you have
Yes.
to be on.
In the annual report, we have an update and a reference to the municipal radio.
Yes,
And this is on page 13.
yes.
Municipal radio. And the very first sentence says the OAC provides oversight to WRR Radio, a city-owned non-commercial radio station that broadcasts classical music in North Texas. Um, and I know we turned that over to KERA, is that
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So um, is there any relationship, this is a question, with the city and KXT, or is it just WRR? Because KERA they run both
Yeah.
stations.
They run both WRR and KXT.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are only in relationship with KERA for WRR.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
think
it.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. We have some metrics we're responsible, well, we have some metrics related to like Nielsen ratings that we
Yeah,
track,
of course.
WRR specific.
Oh,
Again,
okay.
and then of course we have that one, FTE, full-time employee on OAC staff who, by hyphenated, like a dotted line, is actually managed by KERA staff. Like,
Yes.
we're not in the, true day-to-day operations so much as having that staff member who is,
Oh, but so,
Manage it.
and I'm focusing on, it says provides oversight.
Mhm,
I was thinking KXT, but so I'll limit this to WRR.
correct?
And would WRR, in our oversight and looking at service to the city, have any way to comment on or provide some sort of guidelines to the programming so that it would support the Dallas artists and musicians and the culture and performance?
Well, recently we rolled out the spot allocations call, maybe within the last 60 days, where we are maintaining some measures, preferred measures, and ensuring that those advertisements are allocated in an equitable way so that artists can advertise about their goings on, organizations and city as well. City departments have some slots that they're available to apply for. But that's where OAC's, part of the majority of OAC's oversight is currently. So we have our contractual relationship with KERA. We have this spot allocation process. As far as programming is concerned,
Yes.
not so much.
It had-
That would be more of the KERA side of the wagon.
And is that by the contract design?
Yes.
Does the contract exclude the ability to impact programming?
Let me follow up with you so I can repeat what's noted in the
Because-
contract verbatim. I'd rather not
Okay.
paraphrase.
And my concern is, and I guess we'll have to remove KXT from this, but on WRR as well, there are a lot of classical music performances and organizations in
Mhm.
Dallas that could benefit from being programmed, and it would probably impact the listening audience if they knew that,
Dallas, yes.
yeah, the chamber orchestra is going to be.
Would you entertain them coming as a cultural spotlight soon so that you can open up the floor for some discussion to this end?
I would love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I think that's, that's getting outside where we really don't operate too deeply in the weeds. One, because again of that shared staff member who's Jesse's an OAC staff member, and I think even y'all getting to meet her would be great too. But separately, to get an understanding of, all of us, to get a better understanding of KERA operating that station, as they do, and what kind of feedback they may be open to or not. But they're wonderful partners. I want to make
Yes.
sure to say that on the record. Nico and his team have been great. Especially since that change last winter. We took our time navigating updates to the contract related to our partnership, and it's been peaceful. But I think it would be wise to entertain them at the full body as cultural spot.
KERA or WRR?
Specific folks on KERA staff, including our OAC staff member, to come together and present about WRR specifically.
I thought that was.
Is what I'm
KERA
hearing.
gets funding from the city?
Through the management of WRR.
Well, and they don't get a top grant.
It's an enterprise fund of the city of Dallas by reference.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yes.
What is Jamie's role if she has?
Jessie,
Oh, Jessie.
what's her title?
Yes, what's her role and function?
Her formal title is, oh my sweet, WRR Traffic and Business Analyst.
Okay,
Is her
so
title.
that would be advertising and not programming. So if we don't have anyone on the
Well,
program.
why don't you let her come and tell you what she does?
Well,
I mean, you
when
can't.
you said traffic, I mean,
I mean, hey,
I'm
just,
a
you
little-
know, a title is a title, but you should invite some conversation around the nature of her work. Cause I would, if, I would say that the title is not, it's not reflective of all of the work she does.
oh,
That's what I would say.
Well, that, I would like to see her.
Mhm. And she might, you know, Nico, I'm sure would be happy to attend as well on behalf of
It's a
KURA.
schedule. Now, as you know.
Yes.
Traffic. If you're.
Yeah, exactly.
It's scheduling. So.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, okay,
That's a good question.
maybe for November. If that makes, I mean, it's soon, but maybe okay. So I will work with Emmanuel on that one. Or maybe it could be a briefing and not cultural spotlight if we can, because it's business. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so that doesn't,
Which means it could happen in October. That's only a week away. There's no time.
well.
No,
Maybe-
we already have some.
No, as a briefing, like if we parse it out as a briefing because it's business.
And our agenda's already done, right?
Okay. All right. I have a question on page 16. Achievements and events. I know about the state of the arts. I know about the shadow lines. What is public art translated materials?
I'm sorry.
It's near the bottom, 16.
Oh, 16, forgive me.
Under achievements and events.
I think on that one, it's mostly that they've been able to translate from English to Arabic to Farsi to Spanish, more than one language for the city of Dallas.
Okay.
That bullet is not clear.
Yeah,
That's not clear. That's not.
it's a draft. so
And
we're still
and
working
also
on it.
because there's a way the city references whatever it is, language access, I would prefer to see it reflected the same way it is from comms or whatever, Adriana, you know what I'm talking about, Emmanuel. It needs to be that language. This is not it.
No, I thought it.
Okay, this is not, that's not it. Forgive me. Sorry. Yes, thank you for catching that. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I would say this as well. I saw that, Cultural Plan and Equity Committee, Commissioner Meek did submit
Yeah,
her language.
Okay. Oh, yes, that email. Yes, correct. I saw that.
yeah, and I failed to forward it on until
So,
she sent it Sunday and I failed to forward it on.
Send it when you can.
Well, and I followed up with Mickey, and Tino has submitted a goal for,
AI.
AI.
but it's,
You'd have
it
to
needs
see
some
it.
polishing.
Oh, okay.
It needs some polishing.
So
yes.
I'm looking in the footnotes. Is this for 24 or 23?
For 24 and then for year end 9/30/25.
Yeah, but
The
this,
goals, yeah.
this should say 24. You're right.
Yeah, the footnotes. Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Oh, okay. And I had a question on, page 15. What does dollars leveraged by partner organizations mean?
Oh,
I don't know if that's the gross or, yeah, I don't know.
is it the money going out?
No, it's less than that. We give away, eons less than 190 million. But I don't know what that means.
So matching,
That's what I was gonna guess.
Yes.
Mention.
like if we give 500, somebody else gives 500, leverage a million.
Well, we only give, I think, 10 million, less than 10 million in grants. So it would have to be a multiple of 10 million in grants to equal 190 million.
Where did that number, who put the number in there?
I think Glenn did.
Okay, so that's a Glenn question. We'll just have him, yeah.
They could possibly be adding in PR value and some other things that was tangible, I don't know. What was the PR value?
Or total gross receipts of the arts groups. So I don't know.
That's a good question.
And that's all the questions I had on the draft.
I do have a style question. So when you look at the overall body, everything is block right copy. And then there's some pages where it's not block right. Typically, from a design standpoint, your rag right is an intermediate, and it makes your, it doesn't make your copy back in places because it's not stretching anything out. Personally, I think it's more appealing to the eye to have a rag right, and if we were able to make that adjustment, and then you could do blocks within your indented spaces. I think that works, but we're not consistent throughout the document, like page 11 and 12 are not. See, page 11 is rag right, and page 12 is block right.
That's a good catch.
Same thing, page 10.
And, you know, it's whatever, it's a preference, so some people like a block right, but from a design standpoint, people will tell you the rag right is more readable.
Okay.
Noted. I have some follow-ups after your comments, Commissioner Bedell. Okay.
Great work.
So my follow-up clarifications are for page 11, high sell-through rate, sir, Chair Nugent. Specifically related to the Majestic, it's the amount of tickets sold out of the available seating capacity, to be
Okay.
clear. So
If we just say.
say that fair out?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll share the same with the editor. And then, the question on page 15 about dollars leveraged by partner organizations in the table and, the bullet below. The amount we grant out to COP versus the amount the organization spent.
Oh,
We grant $6.4 million to organizations, and organizations are spending hundreds of millions dollars into the ecosystem as they're operating, is the justification for the
so
phrase.
is that the total of the operations budget for all of our organization?
It sounds like it, amount spent. That's what it says, amount spent.
Okay, and if you, same as with the other bullet, would you like us to find a concise way to capture that?
Instead
To
of
be
like-
clear, to be more clear in a way?
I think so.
Okay. Okay, we'll revisit that phrase, that maybe, in the bullet or in the table or both. It's up to you, but we'll figure it out,
I think
just some,
table is good.
Okay.
But yeah,
alrighty.
Could possibly do an asterisk also,
Uh-huh,
just asterisk both
Okay.
category
Yeah.
and then have an explanation
Noted.
at the bottom.
okay. All right,
I do think it gives a bigger picture of the economic engine of what we're doing. I think that's important.
Righty.
So I had a slight grammar change on page 8
Okay,
at the, next to the last sentence on the penultimate paragraph. The program will reach at least 2 locations in every city
oh,
council district and should
past.
be past tense.
Okay. Toward the bottom of page 8 in black paragraph.
And
Okay.
will.
Past tense, noted.
Martine, you said you had some comments?
No, those were my two clarifications.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure to, excuse, not
Okay.
clarification, but follow-ups.
Okay.
Those were the two.
Do we have anything else to discuss?
Is there specific way you wanted to
Yeah, what is,
justify? Say maybe to comment on.
Rag right?
Right, or.
Yeah, that's, I think
So I don't know.
Sylvia says it's more readable.
Since I know I did the job. More to it. Check.
Yeah.
So do we have a preference? I don't.
for,
The rag right or justified right?
I see what Sylvia's saying, and that is, when it's justified, sometimes in the middle of a line, the spacing is not even.
Yeah.
In order for it to turn out justified left and right. So she was saying, if it's just a line at left and it's regularly right, then all
See, like this.
Yes.
Oh, this. Like a lot of your documents, you'll see that where there's a lot of copy, that like that's a rag ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So if you're,
we prefer rag right.
yeah, if you're copy heavy like this is, I think it works. I mean. That's an associated press style too, so. That's what that's. Yeah. Yeah.
I yield to the professional writer. You say,
too.
how are Cliff Notes died? That's my personal reference.
We have any other comments?
Goals and objectives, when are we actually going to delineate those? Yeah.
Well, and I have to follow up with Krista. My email got returned, bounced back for Krista.
Life is full, probably.
Well, and I think it's an Outlook issue, so I sent it through AOL this afternoon. And Tino's got his goals, and Vicky has her goals, and I haven't heard from Vicky. I followed up.
Yes. No doubt she'll get hers. Just give her time.
Do you want to text Krista?
No, I don't have, I don't have her phone number. I haven't heard back from Krista or Vicky. Okay,
Okay.
But Mickey didn't bounce back. I think she didn't,
no,
but Krista did. I just say Krista's.
okay.
All right. Great work.
All
So,
business before the annual report committee being duly considered. I,
Yes.
pardon?
Oh, I just want, because y'all were asking.
Oh, yes.
So-
Thank
Oh.
you. I'm like, I know there's some November dates up in there.
So before we finish,
Thank you.
I know y'all asked about a timeline, so on October 2nd, that's when we send out the first draft to the committee for review. Today is our timeline overview, basically, and our meeting. On November 6th, which is a week before the next annual reports committee meeting, we will send the second draft. Hopefully, I did just receive confirmation that we have our pictures from our comms team, so we will be hopefully putting some pictures.
No, we need all this. November 6th, what's the date?
November 6th.
Okay, because I'm here today, we'll have as much as we need to have completed so that this meeting can be fruitful the next
Yes.
time we're together.
Uh,
There's no reason we shouldn't be able. November 6th is almost a month away. We can.
No, we're almost done with the appendix as well, and it was just the pictures that we were also missing.
Yeah.
No,
November 13 would be the next annual report committee meeting.
Okay, wonderful.
Commission. and
We're talking about the draft from November 6th.
Day
Yes.
in November.
If we are good to go on the second draft, we can present it to commission on the November meeting, if anything. If not, we put tentative for December 4th to send a third draft to the committee, and our December annual reports meeting would be the 11th. If we are good with the third draft, then we would send it out to commission in December. And we would like responses back from all commissioners by January 3rd. And we would have a final draft review. We would have all comments if any commissioner wants it, and we would present them to this committee to see if that is an option that we would like to have put in the annual report. Then we would, on that annual report committee meeting in January 8th, we will vote to recommend it to go for a vote in January for the commission meeting
Oh,
then, which would
I
be
think we ought to
16.
have a goal of getting it before the commission at November 21.
Nice. For getting the January version to commission in November?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well,
It's like,
Happens after the 13th, you're wanting to have it done before. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. It would be unprecedented.
Why not?
Well, I mean.
Why not?
Okay, so let's look at what we're talking about.
So,
We got a draft.
I
We
thought you
we
knew
already-
what's
we're doing
missing.
The October 9th draft now. We've got November 2nd. I'm sorry, November 6th is the second draft to the committee.
I would like to approve it, or in draft stage, to approve it, so it can go on to the commission.
Oh, I see.
Because there is no.
And then still
There-
vote, and still just do still vote in January, correct, Chair?
For it during December.
Yes.
Didn't have a meeting.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so January is
So-
when we would confirm it. So you want to confirm it in November?
No.
No.
no. So basically, what,
And a
So-
draft,
Okay, draft, fine.
yeah.
so you want, basically, was it draft for review and feedback to be sent after
The one for.
the second
November 13th
draft one?
Could go to the commission on the 21st.
Yeah,
We're just inserting one more date in here, basically.
yes.
We're saying November 21st, the commission will review the draft. So it's the same, I mean, it doesn't really change anything there. We're just inserting one more date. Is that right?
Or changing the December 16 to November 21st?
Yeah, and I,
So do we, okay,
Hey, do you want a brief about it at that meeting?
do we want?
That's what I was.
Yeah, that's the
I guess we'll
question.
have two different discussions. But you know what, with these.
Because no, if you briefed it in November, it could just be a voting item in
Well,
January. You don't need it in December.
yeah,
Yeah, if you just, you know, they have the draft and materials for the November commission meeting. We brief about it. If there's any comment after that through December, send your comments. If there, you know, we need to, comments are accepted, edits are updated, you can still have it as a voting item because there's really nothing to discuss per se. Because most of the comments that may come by then would either be some type of random thing, grammar we didn't catch, because you've already gone through the ringer of formatting, goal collecting, folks have had a chance to include their input. I understand.
Yes, remember last year, there was a request for all of these appendices. So are we deciding?
Was that from allocations?
No, we had.
We
I
are
think
holding
we
back
decided,
right now.
Last meeting, not to
do
do
all
the
those.
appendix.
Oh, it was like a breakdown by district, how much money was spent, where all this.
So we are gonna do the appendix, but we're not gonna put any of the money fund that was given to them. So we're only gonna give like the organizations that we funded, a little paragraph of them, all the CAP artists, just like the little,
Okay.
what they did, stuff like that. But we're not gonna put, the only portion that will have like the allocations part, like how we funded everything, would be the key metrics.
So will we be prepared at the November meeting to whatever the appendices are, actually have them attached?
We actually were gonna do that for the next draft.
Oh, I think
So
that's-
we are still working
So
on
we'll
some,
have it-
on finalizing some things to
Oh,
make sure that we
okay.
can have everything.
So,
As long as we can present them with.
People want to see that.
Yeah,
yeah,
They do.
actually read the November 6th draft and come to the committee with your proposed changes.
For the appendices.
Yeah, for November 13th.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I have a question, of course. Goals and objectives. Arts and Culture Advisory Commission will work in tandem with OAC related to the following items to be completed with assistance from the annual report chair. Last year, we told everybody, put down what you think our goals and objectives should be, and then a lot of those were included in the goals and objectives. Are we doing that again? And when does that happen?
We can make that announcement. Or we
Yeah.
can tell everybody to have it by November.
Okay.
Well, the goals and objectives were part down from the retreat. So,
I don't know.
No, well, I think we discussed it in the meeting too.
but we also had those retreat,
So we had goals for the Arts and Cultural
More time.
Advisory Commission.
We had people, yeah, they submitted them and then in the committee, we massaged them.
yeah.
There were an
And
awful
we
lot
actually-
of them.
That was a.
And actually, and I want to clarify that as well. What we did last year was, we relegated the combination of all of those goals to Tino. Remember? And
Yeah.
Tino looked at them and said, okay, this is what those, you know, and then we looked at them and we voted and agreed as a committee.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't think any commissioner had a goal,
we asked.
that was not expressed.
Right,
Yes.
correct. So you say, he translated materials.
Yes, yes, yes. And, yeah, but even though, you give the commissioners an opportunity and a deadline to consider something, it doesn't mean that they will. Then when they do
Right.
see it, it's like,
Yeah.
get the fact that we had the opportunity to, I see it now, and now that I see it, I want to add something. So, I think if we, make that announcement in October and, give a deadline for November, we'll be safe for January.
Yeah,
I agree. Or, yes.
Daniel, did you get that?
if the notice to the commission as a whole at their October meeting, you should submit the goals and objectives for 20 fiscal year end 25 and to Emmanuel and
when you, and I'll say this, Tim, when you make that announcement, I will echo it clearly.
yeah.
I will echo it clearly.
Yes. So can I clarify, is Thanksgiving then on the 28th of November?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's so, it's very.
And our meeting is on the 21st.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the third Thursday.
Okay.
Commission meets third Thursday.
And sometimes Thanksgiving is that third Thursday.
Exactly. That's,
That's very confusing.
I'm scared too.
Any other questions on the timeline?
Do we have a copy of that timeline?
I can go ahead and send that out to you.
Well, and would you make the
Yes.
amendment
Yeah.
Yes,
to
correct.
the timeline? Or-
I'll fix it and.
Yeah, right. It's very helpful.
Any other business?
I have no other business except for we will honor the request to ensure that, especially on the staff side, I'm going to commit to getting after all of the missing sections on staff to be completed within this business week, if at all possible.
Yeah.
So we
I
can
would
start to
like
see it fleshed out, and then the request for the visuals to land so that we have a better, clear understanding of how it's really going to gel and look. Those are two things I'm prioritizing myself.
And you have your in-house design team working on that, they could do that, or?
Ashley's team, the marketing team, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Actually, like I mentioned, I did receive an email just today about all the visuals and pictures from the whole year.
Well, it's germane. Not that, well, that would be for the chairs.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's germane to the edit.
Review some, or I can send, some of them if you all would like to.
We'd love to see those.
Are they by link? Is it a folder, a drive folder? Oh. How many pictures in there? I mean, it's, if you'd like to choose,
Is it a Google?
So it's
Drive?
really-
Can you do a Google Drive or do you need to do it, as you SharePoint? We might not have access to it. SharePoint and Microsoft.
oh,
Oh, that's,
that doesn't,
yeah, manageable.
Can
Right.
you give us permission to have access to that particular file? You may or may not be able to, I don't know.
you can make a folder for the committee.
Right, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
All business before the annual report committee being duly considered, I call this meeting to a close at 5:16.
Yeah. And who was wearing the khaki?
Yeah.
Jen.
Great costume.